Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this new edition of Window on the World. I'm your host of today, Hector Moreno, joined by Antonio Perez Campos, who is going to tell us about his country, Spain. So, how are you, Antonio?
Really good. I'm really excited to be able to talk about Spain and about my experience here in the States. Can't wait.
Well, that's good to hear. So, why don't we start with you telling us a little about yourself? So, your age, your degree, your hometown.
Okay, as you said, I'm Antonio Perez Campos. I'm 21 years old. I will do 22 in February. I'm studying marketing. And in Spain, actually, it's bilingual marketing. So half of the lessons are in English and half in Spanish.
Nice.
So, yeah. And I come from Almeria. Almeria is a city that is in the coast, in the south coast of Spain, in the region of Andalusia.
Nice.
And yeah, I like it. It's warm weather and I can't complain. I like it.
I see. So what about your hobbies? Like, what do you usually do on your free time?
Since I was really little, I love playing soccer. I have played soccer, as we say in Spain, football, but yeah. Soccer. I have played all my life. I really like it. But in general, I'm someone that really enjoys sports, watching and playing sports. So I would be okay with doing any sport. And also I like socializing with friends and hanging out, just talking, being with people around. I think it's cool. I really like it.
I see. So also, Spain is part of the European Union, so I assume that you have visited many countries?
Yeah, indeed, I have visited some countries. Like last year, I spent a year in Germany studying abroad. And I took advantage. Germany is like in the center of Europe.
Yeah.
So I took advantage to travel through there, and we were in around 6-7 countries. It was a nice time, and yeah, I experienced a lot of nice things in different countries there.
Can you tell us a little more about your hometown? Like, is there any festival or cultural features?
I don't know if there is something specific from there. But it's Almeria. Almeria is like a city around 2,000 people, so it's not really big, but it's not really small.
Okay.
And it's really nice. I really like the food there. I think we have a really good food culture. And yeah, as I said before, it's usually really warm weather. It doesn't get boiling hot or not really cold. And yeah, I don't really know if they have a specific cultural thing just in our city. But in Spain, we have here in the United States, they have the Eastern, we have the Holy Week. That is like people go like in parades. It's about something kind of religious, but you don't need to be religious to enjoy them.
Yeah.
And it's something that when people from the outside see it, they really like it and they are surprised.
And also, you tell us that Almeria is in Andalusia, right? So can you tell us a little about the regions in Spain? Because, people normally think that a country is like something homogeneous. They don't think like there are like many cultural differences, that there is like just one culture. And with Spain, which is basically the country where Spanish came from, people will think that it's even more like that, but it's not true. So can you tell us a little more about like the difference between regions, their culture, their language?
Yeah, it's something, as you said, people usually don't know, but inside Spain, we have a lot of variety inside the country. I would say like, we don't have states, but I could kind of in some way assimilate to the states, United States. Each state has their own parties. Having into account that we all share like the Spanish culture, and it's really similar. Like I would say it's really, really similar. But all of them have their own specific things, and they have their own regional parties. In some places, like in Basque Country or Catalonia, they have their own language, also in Galicia. So yeah, and also, there's some little changes from the people from the north and people from the south. But I would say we have the biggest common characteristics, but you can see the difference once you are there.
Yeah, for example, I know that Basque Country and Catalonia are like very different, like for example from Madrid, and Madrid is very different from Andalusia, which has a lot of Arabian influence, and Andalusia is very different from Asturias, that is where my ancestors came from.
I didn't know that.
some of them at least.
Yeah, exactly. As I said, there are many differences. You can see difference in the architecture. As you well said, Spain, thousands of years ago, the Arabs were there, and they spent there like around 700 years, a long time. And the more south it was, the more time they spent. So you can see in the architecture, as we have many castles, so you can see in the south a lot of castles, they look like kind of like Arabic castles, and in the north they look more like medieval ages Christians. Also, you can see difference in the food. I really think all places are having incredible food. But as I said, each state, we call it autonomous community, has different dishes and different plates that is incredible. I would recommend to try all of them, at least as many as you can. They're really good.
So, continuing with curious facts. So, in Spanish we translate the word language as idioma, but in some other place we also say it lengua. And lengua is the same word that we use for tongue. So now that we're talking about tongues, what don't you tell us a little about the gastronomy at your country? Like a little more specific.
Do you want me to specify about the food in Spain?
Yeah.
Oh, as I said before, there are so many different dishes that I really like. But if I need to do a top dishes, I would put maybe on top paella. Paella is probably one of the most famous dishes in Spain. It's more common in the east side, in the part of Valencia, but it's spread through the whole Spain. And it's based off rice, and you can do with seafood or meat. Then also I love fabada. That is like a kind of soup, like a dense soup with beans. That it comes from Asturias, where you said, I think it comes from Asturias. That is where you said your ancestors come from. And from the south, something in Andalusia, I personally really like something called gazpacho. Gazpacho is like a thing, it's like kind of a soup, but I personally drink it.
Yeah.
And you usually drink it cold in summer, and it's with tomato and a lot of vegetables. You just blend them. And I personally love it.
Yeah, actually, I once tried in a city I used to live. There was like a store that sells gazpachos.
Yeah.
We usually go there from time to time. Although I think it will be a different with the original Spanish gazpacho.
Yeah, I would like to try it. I like to try places where they say this is original Spanish, to say, I want to see that. How true is that? I like to taste these kind of things.
Also, another popular Spanish food is Iberic ham.
Oh.
Is that common in Andalusia?
Yeah, it's common in the whole Spain. And I feel bad for forgetting that, because I really like it. It's like the ham from the pig, but I think it stays around 2 years or 1 year and a half in salt, so it cures itself, and then you cut it in slices. In my family, we usually have it in Christmas. We have like the leg there. Some people from outside of Spain, when they see the leg in the kitchen, they're like, "Oh my God, what is that?" for us, it's really common. And you just take the knife, you take a little bit of meat, you cut it, and you eat it, and it tastes. I would say with paella, they are the two things that in Spain that I love the most. If we are talking about food.
So, wow, I'm getting hungry after this, and I'm not saying this just because it's on the script. I'm literally hungry right now. So, what if we take a break for getting something to eat? And you at home probably should do the same. Go do a quick meal, because we are coming back in just a few minutes with this edition of Window on the World with Antonio Perez Campos, and he's going to tell us a little about his experience here in America.
Hello from the studios of KGCS TV. I'm Lydia Carlson, a communications major here at Missouri Southern. We're making lots of changes to modernize the TV station and bring you better quality video and content. But we need your help. We want to find out how you watch KGCS and what you like to watch. So we'd like you to take a quick questionnaire. It's as simple as holding your phone over the QR code on your screen. That code takes you to a link where you will see a short survey. If QR codes aren't for you, find a link to the survey on our Facebook page. Thanks for watching KGCS TV.
Welcome back, and for those who just arrived, you're watching Window on the World with Antonio Perez Campos, who is talking about his home country, Spain. So, Antonio, on the previous blog, you tell us about your country, its culture, its gastronomy, but now we want to know about your experience being an Spaniard in the United States, studying abroad. So first, what were like your expectations before coming to America, and why did you decide to come here?
Okay, I'm someone that it tries to not create a lot of expectations, so I usually just get surprised with the result, whichever is better than it should be or worse. In this case, I think it was, despite not having any real expectation, I had an overall really good experience. And what makes me come here? Like around 5 years ago, I spent 1 month near Chicago with a host family. It was the first time I went to United States, and I just really liked it. I liked how open were the people, how the way the acting. I really liked. I feel connected, kind of with what I saw, and I decided that if I had the opportunity to be able to study abroad in the United States, I was gonna take it, and that's what I did.
Nice. So, I mean, when I am talking by personal experience, but I assume that in your country it's a little similar. When foreigner thinks about the United States, they first think about New York, LA, Chicago, Texas, Florida. They normally don't think on Missouri unless in Joplin. So tell us, was there any particular reason why you decided to come to Joplin, and how did you find about MSSU?
I found out because in my hometown university, the University of Almería, they offer around 7 scholarships to study 1 semester abroad in the United States. So when I saw that scholarship, I was, oh, that's my opportunity. So I applied, I received the scholarship, and I have some options. And I saw the options, and I saw that one of the options I liked the most, it was here, the MSSU Joplin, because I saw that the study programs they had, they really appealed to me. And also the campus, I saw it was really big, really well organized. I don't know, I thought it was gonna be a nice place to spend 1 semester.
I see. So with everything that you had, tell me, by this point, how would you describe your experience here, like in general terms? Like, how has been your favorite part, and is there anything that you would like to change about it?
My experience overall has been really good. I have made so many good friends. I had honestly had a lot of fun. Also, I learned that I felt that I learned a lot, because I feel the professors here, like, they try to care about your learning. Yeah. Because usually the classes are smaller. It's not like 100, 200 people classes. In my experience here, it was like 20, 30, 15. Mm-hmm. So the teaching was more personalized. So overall, I had a really good experience. And if I would change something, I don't think so. I mean, I don't think I regret of anything I did here. I think everything was a positive experience.
It's good to hear. And, surely locals will also they may be surprised, but definitely they will be happy that you think that about, well, our little corner of the world here in Joplin.
Yeah.
So what would you say are the bigger difference between living in Joplin and your life back at home?
Okay, it's slightly different because
I mean, of course, besides Spanish.
Yeah, I feel the difference in first the weather. Mm-hmm. Here the weather is I don't say it's bad, but it's crazy. Like one day we are in -6 degrees Celsius. That would be like, I don't know, sure, like 28
yes, Fahrenheit, yeah.
And then the next day we could be 90 Fahrenheit. Mm-hmm. Like they would be around 30, well, maybe that's too much, maybe 80 Fahrenheit, like maybe 20 something Celsius. Like it changes a lot. I'm not used to that. In my hometown, like the weather is really, it's warm, but really like calm. They don't have that fluctuation. So I'm really surprised about that. Also, how wide are the things? Like here, everybody uses the car. That for Americans is really common, but for me, that I come from Spain, Europe, it's like not at all. We have cars, but most times you go with public transport, or even by bike if it's closer. And here, the distances are so wide that you really need a car, because from one place to place, you need your time for going there.
Here, even by bike is complicated.
Yeah, it's very complicated.
So, what continue with the difference, what do you think about the food here?
I like it. I like it. I mean, I personally am a big fan of the Spanish food, the
Yeah.
food from Spain. I think it has a huge variety and an incredible flavor. But I really liked here. To be honest, I really like. I feel the food has a lot of flavor.
Yeah.
And I remember sometimes in Spain I was thinking, oh my God, I would love some huge burger or some really good chicken with fries. And when I went to places to eat, it was good. But I feel here this kind of food, it really tastes way more. I don't know if it's because of something psychological because of being here, but I feel that my tongue is saying, oh, here it tastes better. I feel the flavor's more powerful. And in general, I really like meat, and I think it's a big culture of eating meat, beef, barbecue. So I'm a big fan of that.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, man, I'm really hungry.
I mean, I'm getting hungry with that conversation.
Yeah, I haven't taken lunch today.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you tell us that you like football, soccer,
Yeah.
or like they call it here. So what do you think about the sports here? I mean, here in America, and especially here in Missouri.
Okay, me as I was raised since I was really little, for me, for here, soccer is my top sport. But apart from that, I was so surprised how lively and powerfully they live here, the sports. And I'm someone that, as I said before, I really like sports. So I was really gladly surprised. Like, people just give it all. And when you go to a sport, it's just not the game. They do a show, like with the band, with giving shirts of the team. Like, they go deep, not just the game. It's a show to make you involved in it, and I really liked it. I was so surprised how lively they live any single sport. It could be baseball, volleyball, American football. I was in some weeks ago, I went to an NBA game. Oh my God, I love it so much. It was one of kind of my dreams. I don't know if consider a dream, but it was one of the things that I have always liked to do. And it was incredible. So yeah, as I said, seeing how they live here, any sport, probably the Kansas game would be awesome.
Now that you mentioned NBA, it's basketball popular on Spain?
I would say it's the second most popular sport. I think maybe third is tennis, maybe, kind of. So yes, it's popular, but I feel here it's more popular. Like, here they have the NBA.
Yeah.
It's like the top of the top.
Yeah, nothing to do. I mean, for example, right now I can remember there was a player from Spain that actually started playing in my favorite team.
Do you remember the name?
No, I can't remember the name right now. And I won't say the name of the team to avoid controversy here. So, but anyway, it's okay if we continue or?
Sure.
Okay. So, is there anything that you like more here than at Spain?
As I said, the burgers and the fries, and I think here they really, honestly, taste better, more powerful. That's for sure. And the thing is that I feel I'm a little bit, I'm really subjective because I have been most of my life in Spain, and it's a country that, despite the problems and stuff, I really like it. So yeah, there are probably things, but right now I couldn't think about one because, as I said, there are so many good things in the United States that I really like, but I think I'm too subjective to compare it to my hometown that I really like.
Yeah, I mean, most of us have just lived in one country most of our lives, so
yeah,
it will be hard to say anyway for anyone.
Yeah.
So I know that Spanish, as many other Latin Europeans and Latin American people, are known for being like warm people, authentic, respectful, happy, with a lot of physical contact on their social interactions, experts on having fun and lovers of nice moments. Yeah, that's all. That was almost poetic. Thank you. But you get the message, right?
Yeah.
So my point is, people in Missouri and in the southern United States are famous for being warm people too. So have you felt that? Are they similar in that sense? And also, how does people here in Missouri have received you? I mean, your friends, friendship family, random people on campus.
To be honest, as I said before, I didn't have a lot of expectations, but I was so surprised of how warm and nice they were. Like, I genuinely didn't expect that. Like, everybody, most people I have met, they were like really nice, really warm and open. Like, the simple act of seeing someone and smiling, like, hey, how you doing? It's like, I don't know, it's something that you say, hey, I feel comfortable in here. So yeah, I really feel, as I said, I haven't traveled that much inside the United States, so I don't know if it's something from the Midwest or South United States, or it's something about the whole United States. But what I have experienced here is that people were really nice and yeah, really kind all the time. I absolutely can't complain.
You haven't traveled a lot, but can you mention some places you have traveled to?
Yeah, like around 3 years, I went to New York with my family. It was in Christmas. It was incredible. It was really nice. And in this semester, we did a road trip with some group of international students. Yeah. It was not the goal to just be international students, but at the end we just ended up being
mostly international students.
And we went to Texas. We were in Austin. We were then to Houston. Then we went to Louisiana in New Orleans, and then we went up. We stopped in Little Rock, the capital of Arkansas. And I really liked it. I liked Austin. Houston was nice, and I really liked New Orleans. I feel the city had its own life. It was good weather. People playing jazz in the middle of the street.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I feel it had a lot of culture. I really like New Orleans. So, and last week, by the way, I went to Kansas City.
Yeah.
And also really like it. So. Every place I have been, I had positive experience. So I'm really glad about all the places I have visited here in the United States.
When you mentioned that you traveled with a group of other internationals, was there the other students from Europe?
Let me think. Yes, it was 2 Czech guys, a French person, a Slovakian person, me from Spain, and from Germany. It was our girl from Germany.
Yeah, your group of friends. I call all of you the European Union.
I mean, in our group of friends is Jeff, that is a guy that is from Malaysia. But yeah, you're right that we are mostly European.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it's like we have tried to search for it, but yeah, I guess it just ended up being like that.
Yeah, no, I mean, here it's normal. It doesn't matter really where you come from, as long as you get along with that people.
Yeah, that's right.
But I just found like very curious that most of you are like Europeans, so that's why I called you the European Union.
I mean, with the exception of Jeff, yes, you're right.
Yeah. But anyway, finally, when you go back home, like around 2 or 3 weeks, I don't know, would you consider coming back one day here, even if it's just as a tourist?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Because, as I said, all the experience I had, it was so positive. I met so many good friends. I had really good time. So if it's not just as a tourist, I think I must come at least to see some of my friends I did here. I mean, some of these people that I met, they were talking about visiting me in Spain. So I will come again. And also, it's huge, United States. I still need to visit more places.
Oh, yeah.
I have seen some places, but I think there are.
For starting the West Coast, you haven't been there.
Yeah. I would like to go to San Francisco maybe one day. I think United States have so many nice places that you need to repeat the experience of coming here.
Mm-hmm. And also, would you recommend to people from your community, from your hometown, from your university, to come here if they have a chance to do a travel to the United States?
Yes. After the experience I had, I cannot say no. Like, I would say everybody to come. It also depends, how introvert or extrovert you are, and how the things that happens affect you. But in my case, it was, as I said before, really positive. And Joplin is a small town. It's not like Kansas City or something. But in the university with the people here, I feel cozy. I feel good. I mean, I cannot complain. So I would recommend it.
So you will also recommend people from your school to travel to MSSU if they have a chance?
Yeah, I really think it's a really nice university. As I said previously, the teachers really care about you. They're flexible when they need to be. And the teaching is really specified for specific students. So I think that helps you not only have fun, but also have a high level of knowledge of what you came here to do, that is study.
Well, I will remember your promise. And I'm also happy that you have been having a good experience. Since I was your leader during the orientation, it's like a personal accomplishment for me. So I'm really happy that you have been liking your experience. So, well, that concludes this edition of Window on the World about Spain, that we could actually nickname Two Spanish Trying to Speak English Under the Pressure of the Camera. Or we can also nickname it Sorry for This, Madre Patria. Anyway, jokes apart, thank you so much for watching this edition of Window on the World. I was your host, Hector Moreno, accompanied by Antonio Perez Campos. See you next time, and remember to keep watching the signal of KGCS TV. Bye.